10 fantastic fossils found by accident. Paleontologists must dedicate years of study in order to get their master's degree or PhD in the field. This extensive knowledge and understanding of the fossil record enables them to pursue a career in the search and study of ancient life such as plants and animals. This work is often exciting, as it enables researchers to uncover connections between ancient creatures and modern species. Therefore, it is no surprise when a paleontologist discovers a fossil that reveals something new about dinosaurs, mammoths, or an entirely new species. However, sometimes these experts are outdone by chance discoveries. They may spend years searching for a particular fossil only to have someone take a stroll on the beach and stumble across it. This list looks at some of the most amazing fossils found unexpectedly in recent years. Number 10. Mexico discovers giant mammoth graveyard. In 2016, when workers were installing a new drain pipe just outside Mexico City, they made a surprise find: the remains of a 14,000-year-old mammoth, which researchers estimated to have weighed around 10 tons, 9 tons. It was scattered 6 feet, 1.8 meters, below the surface, suggesting it had been cut to pieces after its death. 3 years on, in 2019, residents of the state of Puebla reported another discovery: a mammoth tusk, an ancient wolf fang and a camel skull all found in one spot. Experts were baffled as to how the three had ended up together, but weapons found nearby provided the answer: the animals had likely been killed by humans and just left in a pile. Finally, in 2020, archaeologists made a major breakthrough when they uncovered around 200 mammoth skeletons in Mexico, during the construction of an airport. The find included huge mammoth traps and fossils. Number 9. Giant millipede fossil found on a beach. If you're not a fan of giant bugs, you likely won't be keen on picturing a 2.5 meter long, 50 kilogram millipede scuttling towards you on the beach. This species of millipede, the Arthropleura, was the largest bug to roam the earth during the time when dinosaurs were still 100 million years away from existing. It is believed that the Arthropleura sustained its hefty size by feasting on nuts, seeds and even small animals. In 2021, a group of UK scientists revealed their chance discovery of a fossilized Arthropleura at Howick Bay, Northumberland, England. The scientists had gone to the beach to study its geology and noticed a boulder that had broken off a cliff and split in two. Upon closer inspection, they spotted the fossil in the crack. This was the third Arthropleura fossil to be found and the first to be discovered in England. Number 8. 200-million-year-old dinosaur bone found in rubble. In August 2021, while taking a walk on the University of Massachusetts Amherst campus, geology professor Mark McMenamin stumbled upon a pile of rocks near a group of construction workers. After receiving permission to take some of the rocks home to his wife's garden, he gathered around 20 stones and took them back to his house. Upon a closer inspection of the stones, McMenamin noticed that one of them had a rough texture resembling that of a fossil. He conducted an X-ray analysis to confirm his suspicion, and the results revealed that the rock contained the elbow bone of a neotheropod. Neotheropods were large dinosaurs that lived during the early Jurassic period, and were characterized by their sharp teeth and hollow bones. McMenamin's research led him to surmise that the dinosaur fed on freshwater fish and may have lived exclusively in the water, as they were the largest predatory dinosaurs before the T-Rex. Number 7. Boy trips over Stegomastodon fossil. In 2017, 9-year-old Jude Sparks had an unexpected encounter with a once-in-a-lifetime find when, while hiking with his family in the Organ Mountains of New Mexico, he tripped and fell over what he initially thought was the remains of a cow. When his parents took a closer look, though, they became convinced that it was something special. After contacting a professor from New Mexico State University, the family was astonished to learn that Jude had stumbled over a fossilized Stegomastodon tusk. To cover the cost of excavations at the site, they started a fundraiser, and eventually the entire skull of the Stegomastodon was uncovered. Stegomastodons are related to the woolly mammoth and were a predecessor to today's elephants. It is believed that early humans hunted them, and their fossils are rarely found intact when exposed to conditions above ground. Number 6. 85,000-year-old ancient whale skeleton found in jungle. In 2022, a team of scientists ventured into a Taiwanese jungle in search of something else, but ended up finding ancient whale bones instead. They discovered a ribcage jutting out from the ground in the middle of the valley and were amazed. After months of excavation, the group managed to uncover 70% of the blue whale's remains, including its 7-foot, 2.1 meter, jawbone, tailbone, shoulder blades, and pieces of its skull. 8 of the scientists then took it upon themselves to transport the fossil out of the jungle on foot, carrying the bones in stretchers for a total of 7 hours. This colossal fossil was the second largest ever found on the island of Taiwan, and was taken to the National Museum of Nature Science for cleaning and preservation. Number 5. Norway's single dinosaur fossil found during oil drilling operation. In 1997, a remarkable event occurred when an oil company drilling in the North Sea at a depth of 7,401 feet, 2,256 meters, stumbled upon a dinosaur fossil. Against all odds, the drill had hit a knucklebone from a Plateosaurus that had lived around 210 million years ago during the Triassic period. This find set a record for being the deepest dinosaur fossil ever discovered. It is believed that the Plateosaurus was washed out to sea by a tsunami, which would explain why its relics were found so far away from the shore. The knucklebone is still the only dinosaur fragment ever found in Norway, but experts have suggested that there could be more fossils on the island of Spitsbergen, part of the Svalbard archipelago in northern Norway. Number 4. Remarkably well-preserved fossil found during mining operations. In 2011, an excavator operator in an Alberta, Canada oil sands mine made a most unusual discovery, a well-preserved armored dinosaur fossil, the oldest ever found in the province. The fossil was later identified as a new species of nodosaur, and is now on display at the Royal Tyrrell Museum. Analysis of the creature's stomach contents further revealed that it had ingested a mixture of ferns and other plants shortly before its death, challenging previous beliefs that large plant-eating dinosaurs only ate soft leaves and mostly ignored tougher plant leaves like conifers. Additionally, a small amount of charcoal found in the stomach suggested that the reptile had been grazing in an area that had experienced periodic wildfires. Number 3. Mann finds 82-foot dinosaur in his yard. As construction around the world has grown in recent years, some amazing and extraordinary things have been discovered on building sites, in parking lots, did someone say King Richard III's skeleton? And even in residential backyards. In 2017, a Pombal, Portugal resident came across some bone fragments while doing some work on his property. He contacted the relevant authorities and a digging project began, lasting far longer than anticipated. It was eventually announced in 2022 that the bones belonged to a mammoth 82-foot-long, 25-meter, sauropod that had lived around 160 million years ago. The vertebrae and ribs had already been uncovered, and the excavation is still ongoing. These ribs are each almost 10 feet, 3 meters, long, making them the largest sauropod ribs ever discovered in Europe. Number 2. Teacher finds fossil older than dinosaur fossils. While taking walks with her dog along the beach of Prince Edward Island, Lisa St. Cormier, a high school teacher, was admiring the spectacular views when she noticed a tree root-like object coming out of the sand in August 2022. Upon closer inspection, Lisa realized it was a rib cage connected to a spine and a skull. She told her mother-in-law about her discovery, who subsequently shared photos with fossil experts in the area. Scientists and paleontologists then visited the beach to examine the bones, and concluded that they belonged to a reptile from the Carboniferous period, making it over 300 million years old, much older than dinosaur fossils from the Jurassic period. Further research is being conducted to determine the exact species, with a result expected by the end of 2023. Number 1. Hadrosaur fossil found with skin still attached. During Terry Caskey's visit to the Dinosaur Provincial Park in Alberta in 2021, she noticed a fossilized skeleton jutting out from a rock. On closer inspection, she found that it was a well-preserved hadrosaur, with some of its skin still intact. She contacted the Royal Tyrrell Museum, and the experts there confirmed that such a well-preserved hadrosaur fossil is a rare find. It is suspected that the entire skeleton may be embedded in the rock, with more skin to be revealed when it is eventually uncovered. Currently, only the tail and right hind foot are exposed. It is believed that the dinosaur died due to a riverbank caving in on it. Hadrosaurs were large, duck-billed, plant-eating dinosaurs that lived in North America and Asia during the late Cretaceous period 77 million years ago. They later spread to Europe, South America, and Africa.